Daily Words of God.
As soon as the age of kingdom began, God began to release His words. In the future, these words will be gradually fulfilled, and at that time, man will grow into life. God's use of the Word to reveal the corrupt disposition of man is more real and more necessary, and He uses nothing but the Word to do His work in order to make perfect the faith of man. For today is the age of Word, and it requires the faith, resolution, and cooperation of man. The work of God incarnate of the last days is the use of His Word to serve and provide. Only after God incarnate has finished speaking His words will they begin to be fulfilled. During the time that He speaks, His words are not fulfilled, because when He is in the stage of the flesh, His words cannot be fulfilled. And this is so that man may see that God is flesh and not spirit, so that man may behold the reality of God with his own eyes. On the day that His work is complete, when all the words that should have been spoken by Him on earth have been spoken, His words will begin to be fulfilled. Now is not the age of fulfillment, because He has not finished speaking His words. So when you see that God is still speaking His words on earth, do not await the fulfillment of His words. When God stops speaking His words, and when His work on earth has been completed, that will be the time His words begin to be fulfilled. In the words He speaks on earth, there is, in one regard, the provision of life, and in another, there is prophecy, the prophecy of things to come, of things that will be done, and of the things that have yet to be accomplished. There was also prophecy in the words of Jesus. In one regard, He supplied life, and in another regard, He spoke prophecy. Today, there is no talk of carrying out words and facts at the same time, because the difference between that which can be seen by man's own eyes and that which is done by God is too great. It can only be said that, once the work of God has been completed, His words will be fulfilled, and the facts will come after the words. On earth, God incarnate of the last days performs the ministry of the Word, and in performing the ministry of the Word, He only speaks words and cares not for other matters. Once God's work changes, His words will start to be fulfilled. Today, words are first used to make you perfect. When He gains glory in the entire universe, it will be the time when His work is complete, when all the words that should be spoken have been spoken, and all words have become facts. God has come to earth during the last days to perform the ministry of the Word, so that man may know Him, and so that man may see what He is, and see His wisdom, and all of His wondrous deeds from His Word. During the age of kingdom, God principally uses the Word to conquer all people. In the future, His Word will also come upon every sect, group, nation, and denomination. God uses the Word to conquer, to make all men see that His Word carries authority and might. And so today, you face only the Word of God. The words spoken by God in this age are different to those spoken during the age of law, and so, too, do they differ from the words spoken during the age of grace. In the age of grace, God did not do the work of the Word, but simply described the crucifixion in order to redeem all mankind. The Bible only describes why Jesus was to be crucified and the sufferings he was subjected to on the cross, and how man should be crucified for God. During that age, all the work done by God was centered around the crucifixion. During the age of kingdom, God incarnate speaks words to conquer all those who believe in him. This is the Word appearing in the flesh. God has come during the last days to do this work, which is to say, he has come to accomplish the actual significance of the Word appearing in the flesh. He only speaks words, and rarely is there the advent of facts. This is the very substance of the Word appearing in the flesh. And when God incarnate speaks his words, this is the appearance of the Word in the flesh, and is the Word coming into the flesh. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. This is the work that God will accomplish in the last days, and is the final chapter of his entire management plan. And so God has to come to earth and manifest his words in the flesh. That which is done today, that which will be done in the future, that which will be accomplished by God, man's final destination, those who will be saved, those who will be destroyed, and so on. This work that should be achieved in the end has all been clearly stated, and is all in order to accomplish the actual significance of the Word appearing in the flesh. The administrative decrees and constitution that were previously issued forth, those who will be destroyed, those who will enter into rest, these words must all be fulfilled. This is the work principally accomplished by God incarnate during the last days. He makes people understand where those predestined by God belong, and where those not predestined by God belong. How his people and sons will be classified. What will happen to Israel? What will happen to Egypt? In the future, every one of these words will be accomplished. The steps of God's work are accelerating. God uses the Word as the means to reveal to man what is to be done in every age, what is to be done by God incarnate of the last days, and his ministry that is to be performed. And these words are all in order to accomplish the actual significance of the Word appearing in the flesh.